Hi, welcome to the channel Budget Order Review and Upgrades. Now today, not got a lot of room downstairs, so I thought I'd do two very quick videos upstairs just to put on the channel. Just my thoughts really. Be interesting to what other people say, especially on the next video after this. But this is about buying a CD player in 2022. This is probably the best time. They're not going to get much cheaper than this. Budget players like this on eBay, probably £20, somewhere around there, a little bit of postage. Obviously you can get some more desirable players, maybe like Marantz Special Edition, something like that, for just over £100. And obviously there's people here, audiophiles, that's got some really expensive stuff. Still probably a good time to get hold of one of them units, and especially the CDs to add to your collection. But this is a budget channel, so we're going to talk about budget players. Like I say, these are £20, £15, £20 on eBay. Charity shops is a great place to go and get one of these. £5 or £10 you're going to pay in a charity shop. What can you get for £5 or £10? Probably nothing. And if you've already got a CD player, maybe a budget CD, and you wanted to upgrade, this is probably the best time to do it as well. You're not going to get a lot for your CD player selling that on second hand probably, but you're still going to get an upgraded unit at a good price, I would have thought. Just keep looking about, especially collection only is another key to a lot of this stuff. Some local collections where people don't want to send anything fragile through the post, so that brings the price down. Now if you was an early adopter like I was of CD, I can't remember exactly what year, but it wasn't out long, obviously at an affordable price. I went and got my CD player, and when I went in a shop here in the UK called HMV, Oxford Street, it was Oxford Street, I walked in that shop, and I think there's 2 or 3 floors to that shop at the time. I don't know what was downstairs, but I remember going upstairs, all the vinyl was upstairs, maybe classical stuff and all that upstairs. They probably had vinyl downstairs, I can't remember, but I remember going upstairs anyway to the counter and looking around trying to find out where the CDs were, and I went up to the bloke and said to him, "Where's your CDs?" And he pointed to a little display box, probably no bigger than this, at the end of the counter, and I think there was about 8, maybe 12 top weight, but it's probably 8 or 10 CDs, different artists, different bands on there to choose from. If you was an early adopter like I was, you would have had these albums in your collection. You would have had Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms, and you would have had Prince 1999 in your collection, because there wasn't a lot more to choose from, to be honest with you. Classical stuff would have been about as well. But yeah, so I would have picked 1 or 2 artists that I know or liked, come back home, then next time you want to get a CD, you would have had to pick an artist you weren't too sure about, maybe, just to add it to your collection, something else to play on that CD player at the time. And obviously over the years, this is completely changed, and there's millions and millions of artists and untold millions of CDs flying about, and that's why they're so cheap to get hold of at the moment. People going over to vinyl, which is took off in some shops. I've been in a few shops where vinyl is more than CDs near enough. It's unbelievable amount of vinyl in some shops. Going over the top, I think, but that's how it's been. Like I say, these CD players very cheap to buy, and the CDs now, not the place, not as you want the latest album. It's probably the place to go and get them second hand, where you're going to get them for next to nothing in pound shops. A pound shop over here, probably like a dollar store in America, they've got called a replay, where that CD is re-wrapped, cleaned, and put up for sale for £1. So then that's not bad for £1, but they're even cheaper than that in charity shops, where most charity shops they're free for £1. And I've been in a few charity shops now where these are 10 for £1. It's 10 pence each for a CD. So if you want to add some CD to your collection, you cannot grumble there. Obviously there's some scratch ones and marked ones, so you put them aside, you don't want them. Just look for the clean ones, and there's so many charity shops that you can pick up. If you say you wanted Brothers in Arms in one charity shop, it's scratched, you're going to go to another one, find it in there, a non-scratch. Just a little bit of legwork, you're going to find it easy enough. If you don't want to walk around or don't fancy going in charity shops, places like that, car boots, etc., you still go on eBay and places like that and get it for £2. So it's including postage. So it's no big deal really, no fortune if you're after one Pacific artist. But it's also got some choice. I know with streaming, people say it's such a vast amount of choices, a lot of indie bands on there you never would have heard of, they're not on CD, etc., which is the case. And also you can go and listen, you can dabble in different artists and different bands and think that's not for me, that's for me. You can do that all for free. Well, they say free, some are free, but most of them are $7.99 or $9.99 a month, so you are paying for that service. You've got to get a decent streaming box as well, so it's all added to the calculation. I know it's nice and convenient, but you can still dabble about with CDs. You can still get an odd artist, especially when they're 10 for £1. 10 pence it's cost you to find another artist. You could probably pick up 3 or 4 different artists you never heard of, just to give it a chance. going to cost you 40, 50 pence, something like that. So it's no big deal. If you didn't like it, just hand it back to the charity shop. You know, it doesn't really cost you a lot, and you can do that a few times over the month or year or etc. So I think CDs, you know, they can only go, they're not going to creep up, you know, they're not going to go suddenly £10 each or something like that, but they're going to creep back up a little bit, and the CD players, I think, are going to start creeping up a little bit. So I think it's a great time to go and get a CD player if you haven't already got one, or upgrade, or if you've got a CD player, to add to the collection some more CDs. I mean, you're probably doing this anyway, but I just think, you know, I wanted to put a video there just saying my thoughts that, you know, CDs are not dead yet. I know vinyl took over immensely, but they're quite expensive to go and buy a brand new album. It's quite expensive, where you can probably pick up a CD of an album that's come out recently-ish that someone's handed back in or give to a charity shop or something like that. You can still go and probably pick it up for £2 or £3 top whack for even a recent album, that kind of thing. So just, you know, just to give my opinion, my views. A lot of papers, a lot of, you know, these music magazines etc. started saying that CDs on their way back. A lot of artists and that are going back to CD etc. So I think it's a great time now to go and look for your CD player if you haven't already got one, or to put some extra CDs in your collections. That's it. It's just a very, very quick video on my thoughts, so I can get rid of these CD players now. I just kept hold of them for one more video so I could show you. Don't forget, a DVD player will play CDs, and if you do get one, make sure you've got the display on the front. So that's it really. I'll say thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.